They mocked the altar of the Lord, defied his commands, and in an instant the sky unleashed wrath upon them, a fire from heaven that none could escape. In the days when Israel wandered in the wilderness, the people grew restless and quick to anger. The sons of Korah and a man named Nadab and Abihu, priests consecrated to serve in the sanctuary, offered strange fire before the Lord. Fire not commanded, nor ordained by God. They sought to honor him in their own way, thinking perhaps that zeal without obedience would please the Almighty. But the Lord, whose commands are holy and whose will is perfect, looked upon their offering and was not pleased. Fire had been prescribed in the law, fire from the altar to ascend in sacrifice, but they brought unauthorized flames, taking liberties with the holiness of the sanctuary. As they stood, proud and confident, the presence of the Lord descended. A fire came forth, not from the altar, not from man, but from heaven itself. It leaped and blazed with divine fury, consuming Nadab and Abihu where they stood. Their bodies were enveloped in flames, the smoke rising as a witness to all who beheld. The earth trembled, the people recoiled, and silence fell over the camp. Moses and Aaron, though deeply grieved, commanded the assembly to witness the holiness of the Lord, and the seriousness of obedience. For Nadab and Abihu had transgressed, and the judgment was swift and unyielding. The priests who remained trembled at the sight, understanding that even the consecrated were not above the law of God. The people spoke in whispers, awe and fear mingling in their voices, for none had seen such a manifestation of divine wrath before. The fire, sent from heaven, reminded all Israel that the Lord is not to be approached lightly, that his statutes are sacred, and that defiance, even with good intentions, can summon destruction beyond human comprehension. The lesson echoed through the generations. Obedience to God's commands is the path of life, while pride and presumption invite instant and fearful judgment. Nadab and Abihu became a warning, their names etched into the memory of Israel, a stark reminder that holiness is not a garment to be worn lightly, nor a ritual to be performed carelessly. Thus, the story of the priests burned by fire from heaven was told and retold, from father to son, in tents and synagogues, across the land. It was a lesson of fear and reverence, of awe before the Almighty, and of the power that is beyond human reckoning. The heavens had spoken, and their word was fire. And so, even now, the tale stands as a testament. The Lord's power is unmatched. His will is sovereign, and those who dare to approach him with disobedience will face consequences swift and terrible, as Nadab and Abihu did on that fateful day.